Hello my fellow working class heroes, good day. I am Carlo and welcome to Carlo Excels. These are the objectives of this episode. Today we're gonna learn about how to achieve auto-ranking with the use of formulas and functions in earlier versions of Microsoft Excel. Right now we're at Microsoft Excel and on my screen right now we have the grades of 180 students. So you have here their honors. They're either first honors, second honors, third honors, or no honors. And then you have here their grade. So if you're going to rank this manually, this is actually very easy to arrange them by grade. So all you have to do, just like what we learned during a previous lesson, all we have to do is Control A on that. And then we just have to sort highest to lowest like so. If you want to sort them also according to honors, so you would want to do something like this. Sorting grades manually and ranking is actually very easy in Microsoft Excel if you do it manually. However, there are certain cases wherein you don't want to do this manually. In other words, you want it to happen automatically. Take for example this next sheet right here. Sometimes what you want to do is you want to be able to enter data on one side, say for example here, and then you want it to come out as ranked and arranged already on another side right here without having to use manual sorting. So how do you achieve that? If you are using the latest versions of Microsoft Excel, there's actually a function for that, which is the sort function. However, just like what I mentioned before, most teachers here in the Philippines do not use the latest versions of Microsoft Excel. A lot of the teachers in the Philippines have the earlier versions of Microsoft Excel. So the method I'm going to teach here will not use the sort function and will definitely work for most of the earlier versions of Microsoft Excel used in the Philippines. For our auto-ranking lists, these are the functions that we're going to use. And these functions we've already discussed in previous lessons of Carlo Excels. So we are going to use the if function from lesson 31, the IFERROR function from lesson 36, the rank function from lesson 37, unique ranking from lesson 40, and then of course the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP functions from lesson 41. The links to those lessons are in the descriptions down below, so you can watch them before proceeding with this particular lesson for self-ranking lists. So how do we do auto-ranking in Microsoft Excel? Well, the concept is actually rather easy to understand. All we'll have to do is to create ranks here, and then using the ranks, we will then use VLOOKUP to pass the data over here. So let's do our basic ranking just like what we discussed in our lesson on the rank function. So let's rank this. This is the number that we're supposed to rank, and this is the array with the references over here. And then we want to rank this in descending order, meaning higher grades are first, going lower grades are last, like so. Now because we plan to copy paste this downwards, the reference should be absolute reference like so. So we have here this rank, and what we can do is we copy that and paste that all the way down here, and we will have our ranking. Now you will see here on the bottom part, you have here value not available errors or not applicable errors. That is because there's nothing to rank in this case. The space, or rather the cell that you're pointing to, there's nothing to rank here. However, it may be the case that you want to leave spaces in case there are additional students that you may want to add here. So in other words, how do we eliminate this error? Well, we eliminate the error by using the IFERROR function. So just like what we discussed before, what we can do is we enclose this in an IFERROR function. So if this function is an error, we want there to be a blank or a double quotation mark like so. So all we have to do is take that formula once again and then copy paste that all the way down here. And then of course, the bottom part is now blanks instead of errors. So can we now use the VLOOKUP function for this? Actually no, because there are cases wherein there are repetitions in the rank here. Say for example, if I am going to arrange this data for a while, you will notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instances of 1. So if we attempt to do a VLOOKUP here, there are 6 instances of 1 that you you can possibly search, and therefore VLOOKUP is not going to work properly in this case. So therefore, what we need here is not a rank that has repetitions. What we need here is unique rank. Thankfully, we already know how to use or how to do unique ranking here in Microsoft Excel because we already discussed that in a previous lesson. So what we can do is over here on this space here, we can do the unique ranking. So rank this number here. This is the reference here, and then of course we want to use absolute references for that, and we want to do this in descending order plus the unique ranking factor. So we add that. So what we do is count if this is the range and this is the criteria. So once again, this is what we want to use absolute ranking for, and then -1 over here. Now remember, because there is nothing to rank in the bottom, once again, we have to enclose this whole formula in an IFERROR function. So what we want to do is IFERROR like so, and then enclose all of that. And if, the whole function becomes an error, you want double quotation marks here. Double quotation marks here like so. Whoops, what happened? Okay. Double quotation marks like so, and press enter. So because we used absolute references properly here, we copy that, paste that all the way down here. So now we have rankings, but in this case we have unique ranking. Now it's ready for the VLOOKUP function. So for the VLOOKUP function, what we can then do is in this space here, VLOOKUP, we want to look up 1, and then this is the table array. We're going to look for 1 in this column, in the leftmost column here. So this is going to be the table array, like so. And then, of course, we're going to take column index number 2 here because the rank column is on the second column, 2. And then we want an exact match, like so. Then we're going to copy-paste this downwards. So we want this to be an absolute reference here. And then press enter. So we have here rank. Let me beautify that for a moment. This one too. So this is rank 1. We can simply copy this formula and apply it to all other cells like so. So this should be column 3, and this should be column 4 like so. And then we copy those formulas, paste it all the way down here, and we have our ranked lists already, formula based. However, if you scroll downwards, you will notice, of course, that you have errors because once again, you only have 180 students. So therefore, the VLOOKUP function cannot find the 181st student. So once again, we have to enclose this in an IFERROR function. So we enclose this in an IFERROR function so that if it cannot find what it's looking for, it will simply display a double quotation mark, or in other words, a text blank. So IFERROR over here. Let's put another IFERROR over here, like so. And then another one here, like so. And then we copy all of those new formulas with the if errors, paste them all the way down here. And then what we now have are a correct self-ranking list with blanks for those values that do not exist yet. So as a proof of concept, let's see rank number 1. Rank number 1 is Brandt, and his grade is 98. So let's look for Brandt here on the other column. So this is Brandt over here. If we change his grade from 98 to 88 and then press enter, you will notice that, well, the list on the right has changed. Brandt is no longer number 1. You will notice that this list has already self-adjusted. Just to prove that this list is dynamic, it is auto-ranking, it is also based on function. You don't have to manually do the sorting yourself. And where is Brandt? Brandt is over here now with the grade of 88. Here's our next challenge. What if we want to rank these students based on multiple criteria? Say, for example, we have here their honors over here, and then we have the grade here. The honors are either first honor, second honor, or third honor, and what we want to do is, we want to rank them according to honors first. Naturally, first honors are first, and then second honors, and then third honors. And then among the first honors, we want to rank them by grade. Among the second honors, we rank them by grade, and among the third honors, we rank them by grade. How are we going to do that? The trick to a problem like this would be to create a weighted grade. The weighted grade will combine the honors and the grades so that you create a new number which you will then rank. I guess the best way to explain it is to show it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert a new column here, and then we're gonna call this column as the weighted grade column, like so. And then we're gonna put our borders here so that it looks good. Now, in the weighted grade column, we want to use the if function to check the honors here. So what we're gonna do is, if the honors, so if this is equal to first honors, then we want to assign a weighted grade of 300. If this is equal to second honors, on the other hand, we want to assign a weighted grade of 200. And if it says instead third honors, we want to assign a weighted grade of 100. So if it's not first, second, or third honors, meaning all of that is false, then we can simply assign a weighted grade of 0, like so. Now, using these weights, first honor is 300, second honor is 200, third honor is 100, what we will then do is we add that to their actual grade, which is in cell E2 in this case. So this is the formula that we're gonna use for this weighted grade, and we press enter. So what's going to happen here is, when the person does not, or when the student does not have any honors, their grade is their weighted grade. So we can copy that and paste that downwards. No honors, so therefore, their grade is the weighted grade. But if we copy that to somebody who has honors, you will notice that you have an additional 100 worth of value added to their actual grade. And this will increase if you have second honors, like so, 298, and for first honors, 397. So by doing this, if you use the rank function on the weighted grade, you actually make sure that if a person has first honors, he will definitely have a higher value here and will definitely be ranked higher. And somebody with no honors will be ranked lower because they will have a lower weighted grade. So we can copy that, paste that all the way down here, and then we have the weighted grade for all of our students. And now that we have our weighted grades, we can simply perform the rank function on these weighted grades. So what we can do is we rank that. So we rank this number, the weighted grade, use these numbers as a reference, like so. And then the order would be in descending order. Higher values first. So this should be an absolute reference. And then using this formula, we can copy that all the way down here. And we now have weighted ranking because we based it on the weighted grade. Meaning, people who have honors have higher ranks. Now, here's a potential problem. The bottom part is still blank here because we expect that there may be more than 180 students. However, we don't want to have ranks where there are blanks. So we can use an if function for that. We can simply tell the if function that if there is no name of a student, meaning if there is no student here, we want this to be a text blank. So what we can simply do is we can add an if function at the beginning of a rank function. So if this is equal to 0, meaning that's blank, there is no student there, then this should be a text blank. And if it's not equal to 0, meaning there is something there, there is a student there, then this cell will do the ranking as it should. Press enter, and when we copy that all the way down here, what you will then have is, at the bottom part, you will now have blanks because there are no students to rank in the first place. So for indexing purposes, we will now proceed to do unique ranking. So we're gonna do what we did here a while ago. So if there is no student in cell C2, if there is no student here in cell C2, meaning if this is equal to 0, then this should be a text blank. Now, what we then do if it is false, meaning there is a student there, so we do the rank function again. Once again, we rank the weighted grade using this as a reference, all of this as a reference, and then we want to do this in descending order. Now, if you remember, for unique ranking, we then use the correction factor. So, count if this over here, this is the array, this is the criteria, and then -1 like so. So once again, this should be absolute reference, this one too, and this one too over here. So that is what the formula is going to look like. And then we press enter like so. So this is the unique ranking. We copy that, paste that all the way down here. So now we have unique ranking, making sure that there are no repetitions in ranking. And now that we have that, we are now ready to perform VLOOKUP on the other side, like so. So for here, once again, if you remember, we started this, if you remember what we did a while ago, we started this with the IFERROR function to make sure that there are no value not found or not applicable errors. So IFERROR, like so. And then we do a VLOOKUP. Whoops, VLOOKUP. We want to VLOOKUP this number here and find it on this column here. Right there. That is the table array. And then column index number. In this case, we're still looking for the second column, the rank. So column index number 2. And then we want to find an exact match. This should be absolute reference. And then we press enter. We're missing another. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I forgot the IFERROR double quotation mark afterwards. And then we press enter. There, it is working now. Let's beautify this a little bit, like so. Right. Now let's proceed to the next column. So we copy this same formula. This time, change it to column 3. This one, whoops, let's beautify that. This one we change to column 4. And this one we change to column 5, like this. Now, using this as a basis, we copy that, paste that all the way down here. And now we have our automatic formula-based ranking rank list. Now, just as a proof of concept, see Abby over here. Abby has a grade of 78. So let's say, for example, let's give this guy first honors. If we give this guy first honors and we press enter, now you see that, let's do that again, just so you see. You will see that the ranking list on the right has changed. So we put first honor here, and now Abby has inserted himself in the 7th rank because he has first honors, just like what we want it to happen. Or for example, let's take another first honor, Emmett, for example. If we remove Emmett's ranking, or rather honors here, you will notice that Emmett is no longer first place. So that is a proof of concept that this is indeed dynamic, automatic ranking list, and again, formula-based. So that's it for our lesson on achieving auto-ranking with the use of formulas and functions in earlier versions of Microsoft Excel. I hope I earned your subscription today. Once again, I am Carlo, and this is Carlo Excels. Thank you very much for watching.